Obviously not satisfied, but it just goes to show that we're not exactly where we want to be, and yeah, of course we want it. We want to win every single game, but now we know we got work to do.
What do you have to do to get to where you want to be?
Everything better. That's the easy answer. I think we work hard, but I mean, we haven't scored enough goals to win games. So we got to clean some stuff up.
Would it be fair to say that second period looked like you guys had all kinds of jump? You get the goal. I think the shots were 13-4. Do you feel like you maybe brought that energy and urgency into the third period?
We obviously try to. I think we play an alright game, to be honest. Like I said, we worked hard. They have a good goalie. We got a great goalie. So we're going to look at it and then see what we can do better.
Yeah, the Islanders are a pretty tight checking group, and they're missing, Matt Barzal, so they probably really tighten it up. It can be tough to play against that kind of team, right?
Yeah, they're a good team, but I think we when we used our speed against them, we were really good, and we didn't do that enough. We had a lot of turnovers that that we can't keep doing. So, yeah.
What did you see on the 4-on-4? Do you think Mace just expected you to go the other way, or what was your take?
I don't know. I thought he was going to come out a bit more before dropping it. Just dropped it to the inside of me, and it is what it is. If I would have gotten it, we may have gotten a great chance. There's a little misunderstanding that happens. It ends up with a rebound shot that goes right between my skates on the tape back door, and yeah.
It's one of those frustrating things, right? Do you mean you had a chance at the other end and they kind of get a lucky one in some ways?
Yeah. I mean, we don't want to trade chances, and I don't think we did that in that 4-on-4 shift. Obviously, we don't want to turn it over at the blue line, but yeah, I think that was a bit unlucky.
Obviously, felt good to get the goal. Nikolaj had been a bet, right?
Yeah. Always feels good to score. Obviously, you won the games. Yeah.
You talked about your group not scoring enough goals. Can you put kind of your finger on why you guys haven't been scoring enough?
It's a good question. When we have scored, we've had traffic in front of the net. So that's something that we got to continue doing.
500th game for you. I know probably not thinking about it much now, but you thought it overall what hitting that milestone? Yeah,
I mean it's obviously a privilege to be able to play in this league. I've had a lot of injuries, so it's good. It's nice.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Line in games like this between kind of success and failure. You guys have found ways to win a lot of games like this year. Why do you think maybe on the short end of them lately?
I mean, probably some of it has to do with secondary scoring. I mean, it's been a while since I think me, Bear, Cooley, a few other guys have found the back of the net, and sometimes that's the difference where you can't rely on your big guns to score 3-4 every night. So we got to start carrying the load a little bit and take a little ownership on that. I think we had some chances, but that's the difference. They get a goal from their bottom six, and we don't tonight.
How do you find that fine line between having the urgency but not squeezing the stick when it's not going as smoothly as maybe it was earlier in the year?
Yeah, it's one of those things. Kind of sometimes you get away from the things that were making you successful earlier on, and they're little adjustments that you might not even notice. Sometimes you got to go back and watch some clips from earlier in the year just to see what you were doing and try and get back to, and just kind of getting on the same page with your line mates. I think for our line tonight, we at least generated some chances. It was a little better than the D zone we played the whole night against the Rangers. So, but yeah, coming down the stretch here, we know the games are going to be tight. The margin for error is so slim, and I don't think we made a whole lot of mistakes tonight, and but neither did they. It's tough to create offense out there. Two great goalies and two teams that are pretty committed to defense. So it's just finding ways to get some of those greasy ones and generate some momentum for your team.
At this time of year, is process more important than the result, or is result more important than the process?
I think it's a double-edged sword. You obviously need the results, but at the same time, we're building for the playoffs. We're going to make sure we're comfortable in these tight games. So obviously, you want to get the results, and dropping 3 or 4 on the road, it's never a good thing. It's about finding ways to win in hostile environments on the road. When you're not getting matchups and these tight games. Heading back to Winnipeg, we've got a great team that's right on our heels with Colorado. So another important game for us.
Adam, it seems like the West has really tightened up. Like, you guys had a chance to win tonight, and you would have been in first in the Central. Like, nobody's running away, even in the other conference. How much are you maybe watching what other teams are doing, and is there a feeling that even maybe despite some of these bumps that it's still there for the taking?
Yeah, I think we're aware of kind of where we stand, the opportunities we have, how tight it is from kind of 1 through 8, really. It's important you don't get lost on, just focusing on, the results. You kind of, like I was asked earlier with the process, is make sure that, the wins you are getting are, conducive to winning. You can't give up 50 shots like we did against the Rangers and expect to win every night, right? So, I think we know there's an opportunity to win the division and challenge for the conference. It's our goal is to finish as high as you can. You want to get home ice as long as you can in the playoffs. So, it's important we get back, use this homestand coming up, and give ourselves that opportunity to keep climbing in the standings.
Yeah, 6 out of the next 7 are at home, and it feels like you've been on the road for a while here, because you have. But it is a good opportunity, right? 6 out of 7.
Yeah, it's a huge opportunity. Especially with the teams we're playing. They're kind of Colorado, and then we've got the Islanders, and I know they're in the East, but then we've got LA. We have a home and home with Edmonton, San Jose. I know they're struggling in Minnesota, right? So all teams we're fighting with and jockeying with for position. So it's definitely an important stretch coming up the trade deadline, and you want to kind of show that your team should be buyers, and I think we've done that so far, but we want to continue that. So it's certainly an important stretch coming up for us.
Do you look at the way you guys play tonight as the way you want to play remainder of the season and going into the playoffs?
I think we played well. I think we have another level too, though. So, there's just a sharpness to our game that we expect to be there, and we don't think it was there. Every shift. I don't think we played poorly by any means, but we're always striving to get better. We're always striving to improve different areas of our game, and that's what we're going to look to do. We're never really satisfied with where we're at, and that's important for us.
Thanks, Adam.
we too many missed scoring opportunities around their net. So we'll start with that, and a couple of mistakes by us with poor puck decisions, and ended up in the back of our net.
Defensively, I know that you'd wanted to see more from this team. What did you see on that front?
Yeah, we were fine. I mean, we didn't give up much, but so that's defensively we were far better tonight. So that didn't hurt us. It was the puck decisions that ended up in the back of our net, and the missed opportunities around their net.
The 3 losses on this trip, Rick, they're all games that you're right in it in the third, right? And is lack of scoring and maybe secondary scoring, Adam kind of brought that up as one of the issues.
Yeah.
Do you view that, and how do you fix that?
Well, we need more from the bottom 6, there's no question. So we just keep getting them out there, and eventually they work hard, they generate things. They can't pass up any opportunities to shoot the puck, which I thought we did tonight a few times. But they're working, they're banging around the net. It's just not going in for them right now.
Yeah.
Rick, when you see guys going through a dry spell, how do you find that fine line between having the urgency but also not squeezing the stick too tightly?
No, well, they got to play through it. I mean, that's what you do. You're not going to score being tentative. You got to put more pucks in the net. It goes back to trying to get a greasy goal. Just get in there. And I thought in the second period they were in, while banging around the puck, it just wouldn't go in. They had the opportunities. It just didn't go in for them.
The power play, obviously, there'd been a lot of focus. You guys 1-for-1 last game, and then you score in your first one tonight. Did you feel you carried that over to those last 3? Or
No, I didn't like the last couple. I think we got to listen. We had 2 power plays in the third period. We didn't generate enough shots. We're passing it around now. They're the number one penalty-killing team in the league at home, and they've got an outstanding goalie. But that doesn't mean you pass it around and pass it around. You got to get more shots.
Right.
It's as simple as that.
the West, Rick, and the Central, nobody's running away with it. Even despite some of these struggles, you're still a point out of first. Do you take some solace in that? And is there still a feeling that you could turn this around and it's still up for grabs?
Absolutely. I believe in this team. We're going to be, we'll play ourselves through this. We got the most important game of the year coming home on Friday night, and that's the focal point right now.
Right. And 6 of the next 7 will be at home.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing in your books?
We'll worry about Friday night. Yeah.
Rick, we didn't have a chance to ask you this morning. Is there any more clarity on Cole Perfetti's status
No,
or
we're
how long he
waiting.
might be out?
He's been reassessed. We're waiting for a doctor's report. Yeah, thanks.